Janet with Backroom Creations. Come on in. And we're going to make some patriotic candles, faux candles. Hope everybody's having a good day. Come on in and let me know where you're watching from. Get my comments pulled up here. I think I got a piece of sawdust in my eye. Come on, Mr. Face. Book Face. It has been really wonky. I don't know if anybody else has had issues, but we've been having issues with pages loading. There we go. Oop. There we go. Hi, Kimmery. Thank you. How's everybody doing? Hi, Linda. Hi, Cheryl. Today we're going to make some patriotic faux candles. I've made these before, but I love them so much, out of 4x4 blocks. In fact, I already had some cut from last year. Floyd cut me, and I just needed to add the holes for the faux wick. I think last year I just painted those last year, but we're going to decoupage some fabric on these, so we'll do them a little bit different. So we really don't need to worry about painting them, but I am going to stain the top and bottom because we're not going to cover those in fabric. And this is just Waverly's Antique Wax. You know, we all like to use it for staining. Hope everybody's having some good weather. Ours hasn't been too bad today. This kind of goes on, especially on the end grain. The end grain will soak up paint, wax, whatever it is. And when I mean end grain, I'm meaning the part that got cut. Your cross grains. It just soaks up the whatever you're putting on it. Because even if I wipe it off, I don't think much will come off. Well, a little bit, not a whole lot. Here we go. Hey, Melissa, how are you? But the good thing about this, of course, I do have water-based stain. This doesn't take that long to dry, but Floyd and I have switched to buying water-based stain. It dries a ton faster. Oil-based stain takes a couple days, and it smells so bad. So we are liking water-based, but I usually, for the crafts that I do, we'll just grab my Waverly wax. That bottle's getting down there, but I have another one. So I'm just going to go down a little bit. I was sitting here trying to decide. Hi, Linda. How are you? Whether I wanted to wrap the entire side in fabric or just put a band around it. I opted for the entire side. I bet you I'll end up doing another set and just do the band. Gonna do a little bit of the top. It's almost the weekend. Of course, my weekend days just run into my weekdays. Sometimes I forget what day it is. It's not hot here. It's only like, well, it's like 70. I don't open windows because I have allergies. So it's either nothing, heat, or air. That's it. I just got a fan on in here right now. Got a little warm downstairs for some reason, but... Hi, Anita. I try not to make messes, but it's me. So we're just going to wipe off the little bit that'll come off. See, on the sides, it really does show the grain, where on the end, it won't wipe off a whole bunch. You keep thinking today is Friday, Renee? Now, I know it's Thursday today because we got to put the trash to the curb. But then when Saturday comes around, I'll think it's Friday again. Don't ask me why. We're going to cover the bottom part, so it doesn't matter about that. Hi, Fatima. I didn't see you sneak in on me. 92 in Florida. You can keep it. Oops. Okay, let's dry these just a tad. I don't need a whole lot of drying. Hi, Michelle. How are you? I've been seeing you for a while. I just started, Fatima. We just got some 4x4 blocks and we're drying them. Oh, I need to bring this down a little bit so you guys can see. There we go. My hubby just got home like 15 minutes ago. This doesn't have to be all the way dry. I hate running errands. Now we're going to do the bottoms. This is just plain pine wood. We used to have to get the treated ones and just make outside stuff, but our Lowe's started carrying the pine. Hi, Mary Claire. How are you? I almost got the whole thing painted, don't I? Or stained, what do you want to call it? We have probably, I forget the brand of the water-based stains that we have. I see it. It's a blue. Is it Varathane? You're waiting to see the craft rooms tomorrow? Listen, girl, it is what it is. The good, bad, and ugly. Mine's not too bad. I've been doing, in the whole house, I've been taking a closet or, you know, under the bed, just certain areas of the house and trying to declutter, get rid of things that I no longer need or want. Because it was and it's very easy just to have my son take things to the attic. So the attic is full. We have a 2,800 square foot house and it is full. Not like hoarder full, but it is full. Now, I grew up with a mom that was a bit of a pack rat. So I never wanted that. Not as bad as I used to be. I used to be, everything had its space, its home, and that's where it should go. I'm not on until 8 o'clock tomorrow night. There we go. So we have half an hour segments for tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to show you for a half an hour. Nope. Ain't happening. I cleaned off the counter just so I could get on the computer in there, and he's like, don't you throw most of my stuff away. He doesn't have an organizational system. You just put it down. I think it's a guy thing because my son does it too. You open up something and you throw the wrapper away. Floyd used to leave his cheese wrappers on the stove when he made his sandwiches for work all the time. I'm like, why can't you throw it away? Oh no. It's a guy thing. All right. Try these just a tad. Okay. I do have a flower closet I can show you. I didn't get to organize it very well, other than just what it is. So, other than I had a couple totes in there I took out. It's a long, skinny closet. My problem is, and I've said this before, I like to do too many different kinds of crafts. That is my problem. I started as a wreath maker. So I made wreaths and I made centerpieces, grapevines, cemetery saddles and vases. That's what I started with. And I still make them. It is a guy thing. Okay. So hopefully, it's not leaving too much brown behind. We'll get rid of this wax paper here. All right, so let's just start on one. So these are, if you'd like to know, this one's 4x4x4. So, and they have a hole in the middle. I drilled a hole. And then the medium one is 6 inches tall. And then this one is 9 inches tall. So 4, 6, 9. We'll do this one first. Some of the sawdust came out of the hole. I drilled 3/8 inch holes. I know it's plenty big. This is sisal rope that I bought at Menards. Menards is like a Lowe's. They're expanding, but I know they're not, I don't think they're out west. They're like in Montana, I think. So this will be our wick. And then I've got a stripe fabric, a star fabric, and then I think I'm going to do the homespun. I had a different one picked out, but I think I'm going to do that one. All right, so first let's do it on the side. I think this is the one I cut for this. Yeah, I cut it just maybe 1/4 of an inch bigger than what I needed, just because I can fold it down under if I need to. Boy, I cut that all crooked. Now we can Mod Podge it on, or we can just glue it on. Mod Podging it on will make it more outdoor proof. So I thought I would do it that way. Okay. I use the chippy brushes for my Mod Podge. because it never fails that I use a good brush for Mod Podge and I don't clean it right away. And then I was thinking about putting some coffee grunge mixture on it afterwards, thinking about it. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna even it up with the top. And then we can always fold down the bottom or sand it off. First, I want to make sure that I'm not going to have any parts that are all wonky. Okay. Because even if I don't like them enough to put them in the shop, I just put them in my living room. It's something that the cat can't. Well, I guess the cat could use it as a scratching post. That cat, we made him a 4x4 scratching post. It's probably maybe 2.5, almost 3 feet tall. And then she's got scratching pads everywhere else. But she likes to scratch on the door frames. So I'm just pulling this tight so I don't have any buckles, just like we would decoupage. Then we'll just keep going around. So this Friday will be our craft room reveal, and next Friday will be the Craft 30 market, where we sell things for a half an hour. So yeah, it's probably, if there is, it just squeezed out through the fabric. So this has got white stars on it, and this has white stripes, and then I picked out this. So that's why I thought about putting the coffee podge on these two at least. I don't know. What y'all think? Doesn't take a whole lot of Mod Podge. Sometimes I get a little carried away with it. I buy these brushes at not King, Harbor Freight. In a big box. I forget how many's in a box. No, we're having a craft room reveal on Craft Around the Clock. That's what all of us are doing tomorrow night. It's showing you our craft rooms. Some people ask, you know, how we organize things, or, you know, some people have asked, you know, they'll see something over my shoulder, so they'll ask me about it. You need to straighten your closets. Listen, when I used to get mad, and I mean mad, I would stomp around the house and I would clean. That was my stress release, is cleaning. I'm just going to fold this over so it shows a nice, neat hem. And I would clean closets, and I would clean cupboards. And then after I was done being mad, I would forget where I moved things to. I haven't done the mad cleaning for quite a few years. Our kids tested us to the limits, that's for sure. Of course, we had mixed. We had his kids and my kids. We don't have any kids together. So I just folded that over and glued it and to make a nice seam, and then I will Mod Podge it down. If it needs extra, we'll Mod Podge over it. especially when it came down to my youngest and his youngest. We can pattern ours alike. What do you mean? What you talking about, Willis? Oh my gosh, I said that in front of some young kids. When I say kids, I mean anybody under 30 is a kid to me. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh my gosh. So let's see here. Do we want to fold this under? Yeah, I think so. Just so I don't accidentally cut it crooked. And it's harder to sandpaper fabric than it is, you know, craft paper. Scrapbook paper. I did have scrapbook paper out, but I don't have very much Patriotic. So I didn't really have enough. I could have wrapped it in burlap. I have burlap scrapbook paper and denim. It's really neat. I got it at Joann's several years ago and it was on sale, so I bought 2 packs of both. Just gonna glue that little piece that doesn't want to stay down. Why I put that all over that? Oh, I got an idea. Only need 3. I have some of those squares that I could cover on the bottom of a 52. My grandpa used to play that with me. I was so little and they would all be playing cards and I would want to play. And he's like, I'll play 52 card pickup with you. And I would fall for it all the time. I think it's just so I could be in the room with them when they were playing. I haven't made any coasters for a while and I have plenty of tiles. Now these are kind of rounded. The wood. Hey, anybody can copy my setup. I don't care. You gotta do what works for you, and I've been trying to scale down. I have bought, the only thing I really bought lately is fabric. That's about it. So I just rounded the corners. And that way if you put it on an end table. Oh no, Patricia. I hope you don't have a storm. You like that? There we go. That way you can have it on an end table. Let's see here. Let's do this one. We'll go ahead and do them all. I've done the 4x4 white ceramic tile that used to be in every kitchen in America. I used to make those into coasters. I haven't done it for a while. You like that? But I do have a method to my madness. And not everything is labeled. I don't label my bins, you know, that go in the cubbies. I just know where stuff's at. And then if I change it, I have to just relearn it. I recently redid some stuff. That's when I was going through everything, getting rid of stuff. Because when I first started crafting, I bought a lot of Dollar Tree stuff. It's still hot. Aw. It's not rained here today. I forget if it was supposed to. I stopped looking just because it's Ohio. It could change. Where are you at, Patricia? What state? I know, I think it was raining down in Arkansas, if I remember, where they've been getting a lot of rain. So I'm just curving these corners. I don't know how many of these will get made, but we'll do it till we're done. Next class. I used to have a private group for 3 years, and then I stopped. South Georgia. So I could have cut that one a little bit bigger. I just didn't want it to show. Oh my gosh. You didn't see me do that. I had one on both ends. This one. I've been to South Georgia. Been a lot of, I think I've hit almost all the states on the East Coast. I have not been to Mississippi. My ex-husband and I drove semi together, and we were up and down the whole east side. I know. I do that too. I do. I do that too. Now, if you have little frays, I don't suggest that you do this at home. No, I'm just kidding. Where else are you going to do it? Let's see here. You can, got the fan going. You just got little frays, or you can go around with a little pair of scissors. I have bought so many pairs of these. I have a pair in here. I have a pair downstairs. I have a pair where I take pictures at. So if there's a little string on something I need to cut off, I got it right there. Wrong one here. Okay. All right, so since we're doing fabric and not painting, I should be able to finish all three. We might put a band of something else around it, but I want to get the rest part done. I do have some strips of fabric cut over here. I'm going to make the rope, I'm going to cut it at 6 inches. We may end up cutting it shorter. This rope is what we covered the 4x4 for the cat tree. She has not, and we glued it all the way around, excuse me, this 4x4, and she has not been able to get it off. I was playing with her one day a couple months ago, and she likes to play with doobie-doo. If you take one of those fuzzy socks, like in the wintertime, those fuzzy ones, and you crinkle up like shipping paper, like what comes in your shipping boxes, and or stuffing, they like the paper, and you put it in a sock and then you tie it shut. She has played with that thing for, gosh, we did that not shortly after we got her, and it's still around. And she likes birds. She's got lots of little birds. Floyd bought her one of those floppy ones, but she doesn't like it a whole lot. So I just put some glue in there. I just made the hole about 1/2 inch. So you can have it hang over. Or if you just wanted it, I like mine hanging over. But if you just wanted it to stand up straight, you could cut it off shorter. Or just something weird to do is wrap it with a little bit of black wire. And then you can do whatever you want to it. I get it. I truly do, because I used to buy, I don't know how many hammers, and then when we would start cleaning things, they would all show up. So I get it. You know what? I shouldn't have put that on there yet. I'll just pull it off. Because we gotta wrap our fabric around it. Dur-da-dur. See, I don't mind making mistakes with you guys because I just show you what not to do. It don't bother me none. It used to bother me, but it doesn't anymore. I was in the smaller bedroom when I first started doing lives, and it was such a small bedroom that Floyd had this little desk on wheels that he used for the webcams, because I used to do everything on webcams. He had to sit in the hallway with it hooked up to my webcams because it's such a small room. But as kids moved out and stuff, because we had grandkids living with us when I first started going live. And then he used to be in here with me, and oh, I didn't even get that on there. Ah. But now I just use my phone because people like the vertical, because a lot of people watch on their phones. Tracy's the one that actually talked me into that. And then now that we're all doing our YouTube, it's the opposite. I think I'm going to go back to, I taped a tutorial and uploaded to my YouTube as part of a collaboration with the Southern Girl Can. She asked a lot of small pages. Sometimes she's kind of brash, but she is who she is. You gotta love her or not. And if not, she don't care. Of course, I'm the same way. I think it's nice when bigger pages help out the little ones, because I'm still a little one. Must have not have cut that too straight. Oh well. So I will be doing lots more tutorials on YouTube. Usually I do upload. Almost everything I do on Facebook is uploaded to my YouTube. If I just fail at something just goes really south, I don't put it on there. Miss Floyd. Hi Mary, how are you? So we're going to fold this down just like we did the other one. So we can get us a nice little edge. If you didn't hear, Miss Tracy's had to do jury duty. So you'll see some of us share pages into Craft Around the Clock. Nothing's wrong. She's just got to go to jury duty. I sat on grand jury for 3 months. And that's when I was working midnights. Oh my gosh. So it was always on Tuesdays. So in the beginning, they did not give me the Monday night off. And then I finally talked them into it. I'm like, listen, I got to decide whether people need to go to trial or not. So I need some time off. I just need the night before off. Glue, glue, glue. My seam's not too straight, but at least it's folded over. And then this is, ooh, that's really, I leaked a lot of Mod Podge down. It ran down. didn't mind sitting on the grand jury because I was a criminal justice major in college. So I didn't mind it. A lot of people did, but... Now, I did get called a couple times to petit jury. So there's a difference. Grand jury decides whether there's enough evidence to go to court. Yeah, she's fine. She'll be around in the evenings, just during mid-morning to afternoon. Because I think she's got to go back on Monday and Tuesday. But I believe she's in petit jury. She just decides she will be convicting someone. Which I'm kind of glad I had grand jury. You did jury duty? It was so obvious. Due process, Mary. Everybody's got a right to a trial. Even when it's so obvious. Well, after I became a manager at Walmart for loss prevention, I no longer I couldn't sit on a jury because of my relationship with the prosecutor's office. Because I had courts that went to city court, municipal, and I had cases that went to felony court. So I did get once before and once after. So when I went there, all they said, is there any reason that you think that you could not serve as a juror? And before I could even answer, the prosecution says, she has a working relationship with the prosecutor's office. Dismissed. Oh, were you? It was rather easy. Because basically the prosecutor, or the assistant prosecutor, we would meet for 3 hours on every Tuesday. She would tell us the evidence, and then she would tell us the statute. And once she read the statute, all we had to say was yes or no, there was evidence for it to go to trial. So that was rather easy, I think. Doesn't mean that we think they're guilty. We just means that whatever evidence we were presented with showed that they could go to court. I cannot believe it is almost June. Ooh, that was quite a bit. School will be out. At least I won't have to hear the kids. My back of my property, thank goodness it's a very long lot. It's actually 2 lots. Joins the school. But thank goodness it's far away because I can hear the kids playing and the bells go off. During the summer, there's hardly anybody plays over there. I think I put a sign up, they're really not supposed to play over there. Or maybe it's after dark. I don't know, I took grandkids over there. Better than going to the park. There's not a whole lot to go over here. I've had to testify for court. Actually, not too many, because once I'd show up, they would plead out. Because that's how a lot of people get out of stuff, is that some cops don't show up to court, or stores that prosecute them in the loss prevention world. If your witnesses don't show up, they gotta dismiss the charges. So they would see me show up and they'd like, oh, I plead out. I only had to testify in 14 years of doing that job. I only had to testify 3 times. They would keep us, like where we had to wait, would be exactly where the defendants were. Well, then we had some rather nasty defendants that they started keeping us in the probation office. They didn't want us sitting with them. I mean, I'm not in a huge town, but what they did. All right, how we doing here? Well, we only got, I'm talking too much. Why'd you let me talk so much? All right, so we're just gonna put these down in here. Oh, that one's way too long. How'd that one get so long? Oh, I think I cut the wrong piece. And if you don't like all that, you can, it'll stop. It won't like poof. You can burn some of that off. A little bit over it. So you can go back and you can put another coat. Hey, Tracy. You're out for the day now? Awesome. Woo-hoo. So you can put another layer of Mod Podge on these. I mean, some of it soaks through, so it's not like real fabric-y. But if you wanted to set it out on the porch, the patio, or whatnot, I would put another layer on it. And you could put a layer of the Mod Podge, the coffee, Miss Tracy's Coffee Grudge on there. And you could, I'll just show you here. So like here we have the stripe. I tore down some of the other color. I just tore a strip. I tore it for another project and then did not end up using it. But this would be an option as well if you wanted to give it some more color. Did it? Yeah, just a chatty Cathy. Everybody knows when I don't talk, I'm mad about something or I'm upset about something because I just talk. So you could do something like that and put, you know, have another color on there. Don't forget to join. Hi, Vermar Designs. Welcome. Don't forget to join Craft Around the Clock because there's so much learning to be had. Give us a little bit of grace getting everybody into the live. Facebook was just being horrible today. Hi, Francis. You could put a cinnamon stick in there. Oh, I'll get the bells out before I take pictures. I will get the bells out. What one did I not use? This one, that one. Oh, the striped. So I will put, I kind of like the band around it, don't you? I'll do it neater later. It's just a 4x4, a piece of wood, Mary Claire. When I take a picture, it's just a piece of plain wood. So we got the 9-inch, the 4-inch, whoops, and the 6-inch. So I usually arrange them like this. We just covered these with fabric. Last year I painted mine. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I try to go back and answer questions, or you can send me a straight message on the Backroom Creations Facebook. They are very fun. Thank you, Fatima. You guys have a great night, and don't forget, tomorrow night I will see you at 8 p.m. Eastern to show you my craft room. The good, the bad, the ugly. Bye, guys.